Right now at 6, we begin with breaking news out of New Britain, where firefighters have responded to a fire at a commercial building. This is on West Main Street in New Britain. We have a live report coming your way with Glenn Kill in a few minutes from now. But first, it is Wednesday, April 15th. The tax deadline is here. And thanks for joining us this morning on Fox 61. I am Bridget Piorlo. It was a beautiful day yesterday. If you like the temperatures, you're really going to like today as well. Let's get it right out to Fox 61's Rachel Piscatelli. Felt like summer, Rachel.
Oh, absolutely. A nice taste of summer with a summer-like feel again this afternoon. And you guessed it, that also comes with the opportunity for some scattered afternoon and evening storms. And a couple of those could be on the stronger side. We are under a level 1 risk for severe weather, meaning the chance isn't great, but it's certainly there as we head into the afternoon and into the evening. Tracking anytime between about 3 and 11, even midnight tonight, we could have a shower. But I think that the opportunity for some stronger storms really is going to be in the afternoon with that daytime heating. 56 in Torrington, 61 in Waterbury, 54 right now in New Haven. Out the door, it's really not all that bad. And I looped this over the last 12 hours. I wanted to show you just how a lot of our state ended up getting a little bit of rain, couple of thunderstorms moving through, and then it sort of fizzled out as it got into southeastern Connecticut. So while the storms today would be rather hit or miss, not as coming through as a line like it did yesterday, just don't want you to be caught off guard for today. So playing out today for you, you'll see our numbers get up into the lower 60s this morning, into the 70s by 1 o'clock, mid to upper 70s, and I wouldn't be surprised if some areas inland get up to around 80 as early as noon. And then we could see a passing shower or thunderstorm closer to the evening, and you'll see maybe even a round of showers as we head into the overnight. But our chance for rain really just starts to tick up as we get through about 3, 4, 5 o'clock, but the coverage is rather limited, 15 to 25% of the state. So again, not a widespread thing. 84 in Southington today, 75 in New Haven. It's going to be really nice at the shore and very comfortable over in Pomfret at 82 degrees. We'll talk more about where we go from here. Your full 7-day. Talk about how long this warmth lasts coming up in just a bit. Here on the roadways here at 6:02, we are largely quiet across the state with the exception of some road work wrapping up now in the eastbound side of 84. So New Britain out to the Hartford Tunnel is about 19 miles per hour. Your travel speeds there are slow, and our drive time is around 23 minutes. East Hartford into downtown, no delays as you're traveling over the Bulkley Bridge this morning. So it's about 6 minutes and no delays to the 84 interchange. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. We have breaking news from overnight. Fire crews are currently at the scene of a commercial building fire in New Britain. That's where we find Fox 61's Glenn Kittle. He's joining us live from the scene along Main Street. Glenn, quite a bit of progress crews are making there.
Good morning, Bridget. Yeah, there are plenty of things to be thankful for this morning, especially the response from crews this morning as they got that fire under control. I'll take a step out of the way so you can see what we have going on here. Crews continuing to battle that fire on the far corner of this strip mall here on West Main Street. The main attack of this fire from the firefighters' perspective is at the Daily Deal store that's down on the far corner there. That's where we're told that this fire broke out, and that is where crews have been going inside all morning long and spraying their hose inside the building. We're going to show you some video of the storefront of that building, gives you a better idea of the damage that is inside of there. Just take a look. The inside of that building just absolutely charred to a crisp, as well as some significant damage to the outside of that building. Once again, crews are still on scene here on West Main Street fighting this fire. We do know that the road is currently closed, but it looks like it's about to open back up, or at least they have cars moving through the detours here. We know that the road is closed from Corbin Avenue to Slater Road, so if you are traveling through here this morning, definitely want to keep an eye out for some of the detours as crews continue to fight this fire. But we'll continue to bring the latest as we learn more. Live in New Britain, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Just the fact that there's still smoke, Glenn, coming out of that building speaks to the scope of that fire and just how hard it is to contain. Thanks for that update. We'll check back in about 30 minutes from now. And this morning, crews are expected back out at Burr Pond State Park in Torrington. Officials say they will check to make sure there aren't any hot spots left after a brush fire that was extinguished yesterday. The Department of Energy and Environmental Protection says the fire spread to around 7 total acres. We're also told people heard an explosion before 1 yesterday afternoon. Shortly after, they started seeing smoke from the woods under a power line. We spoke to one man who lives just 100 feet away from the entry to the park.
I came home from work about noon, and I opened the windows up and started smelling some leafy smoke burning. Thought it was something, but wasn't sure. And then about an hour goes by and it get a little more intense. And I walk down the driveway and the fire trucks and the Forest Service people are here. And apparently there's a fire across the street in the park.
Eversource was on the scene and they believe something happened with the power line that could have caused the brush fire, but it is still under investigation this morning. We are continuing our coverage of the death of a 12-year-old girl in Enfield. The Connecticut Department of Children and Families has confirmed to Fox 61 that it is investigating an incident where they say that 12-year-old Eve Rogers snuck out of her home 1 week prior to her death. Fox 61's Tim Latow has been following the case closely. He has the latest details.
We received 2 pieces of information. First, we requested more information from the Enfield Police Department on this case, and the Public Safety Administrator sent us this police report of an incident of a girl shoplifting from a convenience store near Eve Rogers' home. The names and specific addresses in this report have been redacted. And a few minutes later, DCF sent us a statement that says 12-year-old Eve Rogers walked to a nearby store. We want to be clear that Rogers is not named in the redacted police report, but many of the details in the timeline match DCF's statement. I want to read you part of DCF's statement. It says, quote, "We can confirm that in March 2026, the agency received a report that Eve Rogers had left her home in the early morning hours without the knowledge or permission of her family to walk to a nearby store. The department had been investigating these allegations for approximately 1 week prior to Eve's untimely death," end quote. Meanwhile, Enfield police say in their report, just after 2:30 a.m. on March 11th, an officer responded to the mobile gas station at 100 Elm Street for a report of shoplifting. The officer found the girl on Elm Street a half mile from her home walking in the wrong direction. She had an energy drink that cost $4. The officer asked the girl if she knew why he stopped to talk to her, and she said it was because she stole the drink. He also asked her why she was out at such a late hour, and she said she just wanted to have fun. The officer paid for the drink and gave the girl a ride home. The door to the house was left open, and the girl went to get her mother. The officer said the mother appeared surprised and confused. She said her daughter had never done anything like this or snuck out of the residence before and was in shock. The mother also said her daughter has a cognitive impairment. No criminal charges were pursued, and the officer said he contacted DCF. Again, there was no specific mention of Rogers or her address in this police report, though the timeline matches the one provided by DCF. Monday, police sent us unsealed search warrants that revealed Rogers' mother said she was not aware of Rogers sneaking out, but in those warrants, police say Rogers' mother was aware she was having online sexual conversations through the chatting app Discord and video game Roblox. Still more layers to this case. In studio, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
Enfield police say this is still a very active case and they're investigating multiple leads. Rogers' stepfather, Anthony Federline, has been charged with sexual assault and risk of injury to a child. According to search warrants, investigators believe there is enough evidence for a murder charge, but it did not say who could be facing that murder charge. It is still being investigated. An arrest warrant reveals a Waterbury man told police voices instructed him to kill his mother. Police say Noel Sepulveda admitted to stabbing his mother, Anna Celia, with a kitchen knife. Investigators say he also claimed the voices told him to kill himself by overdosing on drugs. Police say the two lived together at an elderly housing facility where the apartment door was found blocked with chairs and boxes. Sepulveda is now charged with murder and drug offenses. Officers in Plymouth say a man used hidden cameras to secretly record people inside his home. Samuel Rodriguez appeared in court this week on voyeurism charge. Investigators say he disguised cameras as a Bluetooth speaker and an air purifier, then placed them in a bathroom and a bedroom. Police say the devices alerted him when someone entered, allowing him to view, record video, and take photos. Detectives say they found dozens of images and videos of people who were unaware they were being recorded. The former union president of the Seymour Police Department has resigned. Police say Officer Justin Quilty is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from union accounts. Police say Quilty turned himself in on Monday on a larceny charge. Investigators say he withdrew more than $32,000 over a 10-month period using a debit card he was not authorized to have. According to the warrant, much of that money was transferred into his personal accounts and a sports betting account. Quilty had been on administrative leave since October when the discrepancies were first discovered. He is due in court in 2 weeks. The U.S. Justice Department is suing Connecticut and the city of New Haven over their sanctuary policies. The case is part of a broader effort focused on similar policies nationwide. The lawsuit targets the state's Trust Act and New Haven's Welcoming City policy, arguing they interfere with federal immigration enforcement and puts public safety at risk. State and local leaders are pushing back. Mayor Justin Elicker says New Haven's policy is legal and helps keep people safe. He adds the city will continue to defend its approach. Attorney General William Tong called the lawsuit baseless and says Connecticut's laws prioritize public safety and support immigrant families. And Governor Ned Lamont says the state will vigorously defend its laws and argues they follow the Constitution while maintaining trust between the police and the community. The Connecticut State Senate passed a bill yesterday that makes it easier to hold immigration enforcement accountable for misconduct. The law would give the state more power to investigate abuses and helps people seek justice if their rights are violated. The bill now heads to the House. Still ahead on the Fox 61 Morning News at 5, leaders in North Haven say they are tired of seeing trash on the side of the road. They say they have a plan to do something about it. We'll have the details next. Terrifying moments in New London this week. Police say a masked man armed with a knife was chasing young people through the street. What they used to track him down. Stay with us. You're watching Fox 61.